Hello everybody. Hello, it's me, it's Andy, Decayed Andy here, ready for another episode of Moon Poopin' 2 podcasting time-o? I am. I hope you are too. Gonna set up some stuff before we get rolling, as is the usual. Gotta have my music ready. I'd be silly if I didn't. Website's working? Excellent. Okay, I think we're all pretty much up and set and proper roar. I hope if you are watching at home, you are doing well this evening. It being the 3rd of February on a Sunday day, as usually is the case. Not a huge amount of news to talk about, but I'll probably mention that when we get into the show as well. And there's a few little interesting bits here and there. I don't think it's going to be a long show, so I guess we'll hammer through it. Maybe it'll be an hour, maybe it won't be an hour. I guess we'll have to wait and see. You can be excited with me, chat. You can be just as excited as Andy. Okay. I don't see anybody saying anything in chat. So we may as well just get started with the Moon Poop 2. I think that's a good idea, right? Yeah? Okay, yeah. Fudge it, let's go. Where's my music? Bouton. There it is. Okay. Hit the music.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy, and we are here once again to talk about the robots. I was going to think of something clever to say, but we're going to talk about robots today. How about we just roll with that? I was going to say robots with the mostest, and I was like, that doesn't rhyme. That doesn't even sound cool. That's just words that are stuck together poorly. Kind of like a sausage, if you think about it. But we're not here to talk about sausages today. No, it's more Transformers talk. Not a huge amount of news today to get through. So hopefully I can make somewhat of an entertaining show with the material provided for me by you, the people. And by the people, I mean Hasbro and third-party companies, as is the case. I guess we may as well just get rolling with the news, such as it is. Because there's a few bits. There's one bit, obviously, the thing on screen at the moment, which we want to talk about, the two packs that were showing off today. But we'll start off with third-party news. Unique toys. If you remember, we got some... Was it the images of the vehicle mode? It might have been last week or the week before. We got images of Unique Toys Masterpiece Scale, Revenge of the Fallen, Skids and Mud Flaps. I think, like I said last time, in the vehicle modes. This time, we get to see them in the robot modes. They're still in prototype at the moment. It says some weeks ago, maybe it was longer than what I assumed, but yeah, we got some images in their El Roboto mode. That's what they look like. You know, they've captured the look. It's interesting that the prototypes have been given blue eyes. I don't know I wonder if that was digitally done or if that's just how the prototypes are. They do have blue eyes given to them while the rest of them is gray. But you know what? They look like, again, you, I guess, would want from these weird, esoteric, eccentric little robots from a very, interesting Michael Bay Transformers movie. They look fairly posable. They can kind of do the Iron Man pose. They've got posable hands, which is kind of nice. I can't complain about that. And they've got the whole deal where, one of their arms is bigger than their other arm. They are smaller, obviously, in scale to the Masterpiece Bumblebee. I assume that is. And in scale with each other. Yeah, they look good. In the worldview of what they are and who they are and what they have to be. It looks like if you were gagging for Skids and Mudflap, this is you. This is for you. I don't think Studio Series had done a Skids and Mudflap yet. To my knowledge, they might have announced one, and I've just forgotten because it's Studio Series and movie stuff, and that's not my jam, as you all well know. But for the most part, this is like I look at it and I go, yeah, okay. If I was interested in these figures, yeah. I think I'd be fairly happy with how they're turning out. But yeah, Skids and Mudflap. They'll look better when we see them colored, of course, as well, and that'll be in the distant future whenever they poop those suckers out. No information on the prices yet or release date. but when they're at this early proto stage, it's not a huge shock. I would imagine if I was going to take a guess, third quarter, fourth quarter of the year, probably more like third if they're showing prototypes, right? Third quarter. So what, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine? Maybe. Might just be shooting in the dark, who knows? Next up, we have another prototype image, or more prototype images, this time of the fans' hobby, MB28 Armada Starscream. Now, we talked about the vehicle mode last time for this one. Again, I think it was last week, where it was mentioned that the jet mode could be an F-22 Raptor, or it could be the more standard cartoon accurate jet mode for whatever jet that is meant to be. We've got robot mode this time. Obviously, it's still an early prototype, as it's kind of the creamy colored plastic. Apparently, several changes will be made in the final product, apparently. We've also reported on the 2 different all modes. Okay, that's right, yeah. Okay, so, robot mode, he has the right shape. Interesting, at least to me, is the hands being cast in black, and yet the rest of the prototype is all in this white. I wonder if the hands are just done, and that's just the plastic that these hands will use. I don't know. He has 2 swords. It looks like they are foldy swords as well. I wonder how they're going to store on the wings, because you can fold them down. It doesn't look like it'll affect the wing shape, which is, I guess, for the best. I wish they hadn't backlit it. The figure, I mean. Because they backlit it, and because it is a just white figure on a white background, and this is probably deliberate, to be fair, it's drained all of the detail from the photo, so it's a lot harder to make out, how it's looking. Interesting effect that you can do because of the alternate vehicle modes we mentioned last week. You can take off the shoulder cannons, and they've given you the ability to put the shoulder cannons on the forearms, so he can have underslung null ray guns, which is an interesting look. I think it'll be pretty good if they do a Skywarp and Thundercracker. You can give them a little bit more of a different look, and if you get those 2, hell, you could probably give like a Starscream 4 null ray cannons, which again would be kind of fun. I'm trying to see. It looks like he's going to have a bit of back kibble. The image where it's just front on, you can see that there's a lot of jet mode kind of hanging down around his ass, which is maybe a bit of a shame. Yeah. Looking more at the images, I do notice he does have a bit of a bum flap, which is maybe a bit of a shame when you're paying Masterpiece prices or Masterpiece third-party prices. It's a shame that doesn't I don't know, because I'm not an engineer or anything like that, I'm a toy designer. It's a shame that it doesn't fold away or compress seemingly. Maybe it will do when the final comes out. Maybe it's just a very early part of the prototype at the moment where the back hasn't been finalized. I don't know. They said it will probably be different when it comes out, so I'm going to make the assumption that any things that I might be like, ooh, that looks a bit weird, could potentially be fixed. Doesn't mean they will be. This means they might be, I suppose. No sight of Swindle, his Minicom partner. Excuse me. Doesn't mean they won't be doing him. I think I can say with certainty he won't be having the gimmick where Swindle will need to be on his back to activate the null ray cannons. That's obvious. It'll just work. It'll just work. Yeah. I think the interesting thing with the Armada Starscream design is I think Armada Starscream is the least interesting version of that mold. I think the Thundercracker colors are really kind of nice. It's maybe the best looking Thundercracker, even with a slightly strange pink face. So they'll look good here. And the best one is the Armada Skywarp. That's just really neat. Like, they didn't do much to change it. They just gave him like a different shin wings, I guess you could call them, and a new head. But man, it looked good. Kind of sad I got rid of mine, to be honest. Never mind though. But yeah, I'm sure those will be coming out. I mean, eventually we got 4 or 5 versions of the Optimus Prime, so getting a Skywarp and Thundercracker just seems like a no-brainer, at least to me anyway. Yeah, he looked good so far. Not much to him though, because he's just prototype. I'm sure I'll talk about it again when we get colored images or anything new on him. Maybe an issue I have is the sword. Maybe it'll look better again colored up. But swords that have a load of joints in them never usually look very good because, a sword is usually, for the most part, one bit of plastic, one bit of metal used for shanking people or bonking people. And having a foldable one, I don't think is how most blacksmiths would go about. But, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Just one of those things that might look better once we've got the finalized version. Anyway, I don't think we've got more information on price or when it's coming out. Didn't look like it, but again, I wouldn't say that's a huge shock, really. Kind of the early stages. Now we've got blockies. Via the Blokies or Blockies Weeboo page, we have images of whatever the fuck Transformers Blockies are, which I maybe we've talked about on the show, but I don't remember. These, if you didn't know, are easy to build, non-transformable, model kits. So you will have to build them yourself. They are G1, but slightly cheapified, so they're slightly cute. And they have little bits of articulation, but it's not going to be, obviously, master grade Gundam stuff or anything like that. In the set, or this wave, will actually consist of quite a few. I guess they must be quite small if there's this many coming. It's Bumblebee, Slag, 2 different Slags, one in Dino mode and one in Robot mode, a Sideswipe, a Red Alert, an Ultra Magnus, which is just a white Optimus Prime, because, a Soundwave, a Bone Crusher, a Scavenger. They've written it. I think they're meant to write Scavenger, but it's written down here on the news story as Scavender. Scavender. I don't remember Scavender from Transformers. Decent name though, Scavender. The evil Scavender. Yeah, he's like a vending machine. He's that vending machine that where you put your coins in, the food always hits the weird angle and stops falling, but you've still paid for your food, but you don't get it. That's a Scavender. At least that's what I would say. And there's also going to be a metallic Soundwave, which is a chase figure and includes a laser beak. So let's have a look at these figures. Because like I say, I don't remember waves 1 and 2. But, here's wave 3. Little cute Bumblebee. Yeah, it looks like they've got okay articulation. Some kind of ankle joint. I'm not sure if that's on a ball joint or something. I imagine it is. Single hinged knee, it looks like. A universal joint for the hip. I know this is on Bumblebee. Ball jointed shoulder. I wonder if it's also on a hinge joint as well or not. If it's just a ball, that would be kind of limiting. A single elbow bend. He has to have some kind of bicep swivel as well. Head, don't really see, but gonna guess it's on kind of a ball joint of some description. And man, Bumblebee has some big fucking hands. Bumblebee seems to come with just a pistol. The Ultra Magnus has a axe with a sticker on, clearly. Actually, yeah, that's worth mentioning. You can, on Bumblebee's feet, the front headlight is a sticker. The window screen is a sticker. I'm guessing the side little bit, it's hard to explain audio wise, but if you look at the image, it looks like the little black bits around the roof to give added detail are probably stickers. You could just do that with a Gundam marker or some kind of, thin black paint. I think that'd do you. Be interested to see if the eyes are stickered or if they're a bit of plastic and then you kind of work around the eyes. I wonder. Because I haven't seen that. I have seen that done before, but it's hard to tell. Ultra Magnus, again, just white Optimus Prime, Ion Blaster, stylized. His energy axe, clearly with 2 stickers for the energy axe part detail. Autobot insignia is clearly going to be a sticker. Oddly enough, it looks like the vents on his shins are painted. I don't know if that's promotional stuff or if that's going to be a this is real. These bits are going to be painted, these bits aren't. It doesn't say on the story if they're pre-painted pieces or if it's all going to be stickered. When it goes for model kits, unless you know, and I don't know, I would always assume just stickers. But that is obviously that might not be the case. Sideswipe. So he's got a weird nose. Yeah, Sideswipe's got a weird little how best it looks like a nose a Muppet would have, you know? From the Muppets Tonight Show. It's kind of got that vibe to it. It's not bad, it's just weird. I'm just noticing how big everybody's hands are. They're huge. I guess chibi means big hands. Yeah, Sideswipe kind of looks like an ugly child, an ugly Muppet child, I think. At least the head. He's got some interesting detail on his shins. It looks like, is that a? It looks like it's either pre-painted pieces with a clear bit of plastic put over the top of them, or a sticker for like internal details into his legs. I'm not entirely sure. His waist for his abs are clearly all stickered, unless that's just photoshopped. Because there is ample places you could do panel lining just to, make him pop a bit more if you wanted. Same for Red Alert. I mean, Red Alert and Sideswipe, are unsurprisingly, I think, just 100% the same. It looks like it. It would make sense, but I wondered if they'd done anything. Little Dinobot Slag. He's actually got a lot of molded detail compared to the rest of them, seemingly. Let's have a look through. Yeah, Slag has a lot more molded detail on him than any of the other ones. Front legs have an elbow joint. It looks like he actually transforms, but I don't think he does. His back legs don't have any articulation apart from the hip joint. There's a hip joint there, and I guess some kind of ankle joint for his little tiny feet. Mouth seems to open. Seems to be okay. He's not going to do. It doesn't look like he's going to do any like head turning left or right or kind of looking up and down, but I could be wrong. The robot version, again, is kind of quite nice. Again, it looks like he's got translucent-y looking parts on his shins, which is kind of interesting. Comes with a sword, no gun. I wonder if we're ever going to get a release of a Dinobot that just comes with both gun and sword, or if that era has gone. We've just missed it. It'll never come back. Head-wise, he doesn't have an animation head, I don't think. It doesn't look animation head. It's the red helmet part, blue eyes, and a gray face. But it doesn't look quite right. Hang on. Have I been off? Thank you, Simon. How long have I been off audio? Oh my god. How long have I been off audio? Let me make a note of that. Out of interest, Simon, do you know how long I've been off audio? I'm gonna have to do some editing. 32, 20, no audio. Fuck. Yeah, how long was that? Let me know, Simon. I think about 15 minutes. Oh, fuck. Did I get to talk about... Did you hear any of the stuff on the blokies? I guess it will... Oh, I'll just redo all of the blokies again. I apologize. This is for the editing. You won't need to worry about this. Well, people who are rewatching this on YouTube will have to worry, but I can put a note in on that. Okay. I'll just go. Thank you, Simon. So let's talk about some blokies, or blokes. I don't know what these are exactly, but at least how to pronounce them. Seems like these are a Chinese, easy-to-build model kit, so they say, with a chibi-esque style. So that's kind of fun. Each figure is going to have a few points of articulation, and looking through images, we can see that they've got like minor skeleton, and then you build on top of them. They've had previous waves. I don't really remember what they are, or I don't think we've talked about them too much, but hey ho, what you gonna do? This wave contains Bumblebee, 2 slags, one in Dinobot mode, one in Robot mode, a Sideswipe, a Red Alert, a Ultra Magnus, which is just a redeco of Optimus Prime. No surprise there. Soundwave, Bone Crusher, Scavender. I don't know why he's called Scavender here. I think someone made a mistake. Never mind. And also a metallic sound wave, which is going to include a laser beak and be the chase figure. Now, I made a mistake on YouTube by not recording my audio during this part, so I'm going to bush through this version, and you can laugh at me on YouTube if you'd like. But just to kind of repeat what I said previously, they all look nice. They all look pretty solid. They have good color separation. It looks like they'll probably come with a few stickers here and there. And you can... The only place I was able to really find them, because I don't think they're on any of the UK kind of importy kind of sites. At least I haven't seen them. Personally, I haven't seen them. If you go over to like Shozy, again, we're not sponsored. If you want to sponsor me, Shozy, I'm more than happy to, take your patronage. It seems like there's a few things that they've done. Oh, there's a... I guess the first set. Okay, yeah, we definitely didn't talk about these. So the first set included Optimus Prime, Jazz, Ironhide, Ratchet, Prowl, Blue Streak, Megatron, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and it says that they've got display bases, instructions, interchangeable hands, and I'm sure at some point the website will in fact load some images. When? Only the gods can tell. I think the page just froze. That's probably why. On their website, it is listed for about, let's see, 52 for the newest one. It was only 48 for the previous one. Oh, the images have loaded. Oh, Thundercracker's got a cool face. Very smug. Very, very smug. Hello, Orange. Welcome. You missed me being on mute for 15 minutes, apparently. Mr. Simon Tang was kind enough to let me know. Thundercracker looks pretty good. Pretty fun little smirk on his face. Oh, I was hoping Skywarp was going to have a unique face. He doesn't. Actually, he's a little less colored than I'd like him to be. His kind of boob area is all black as well as his abdomen. He needs a bit more color on him. He could probably do with a little bit of paint, it seems like. Let's have a look at some of the other ones, if we can. When we can eventually scroll down to them, good lord. A Blue Streak, there's something just not quite right with the faces, I feel. At least on some of the Autobots. Like the ones with the nose. The noses are kind of weird. I mentioned, I don't know whether this was heard before, but the Sideswipe that's coming out has a really weird kind of goblin piggy button nose, which is odd. Yeah, Blue Streak looks kind of off. I think Prowl looks a little bit better. But again, a lot of remolding. Oh, I actually get to see how they're doing the hips. I wasn't able to see that before. It's not a separate joint. It's just a ball and socket. With a cut clear clearly so you can, do the Van Damme split. That's fine. At least they're not doing polycaps, it looks like, so it's not like the old Gundam model kits, thankfully. Got a few different hands, it seems, as well. That's very cool. Granted, these are for ones that are already sold out, but I guess it gives you kind of an idea of what these will like when they came out. The Jazz looks pretty good. Yeah, the Jazz looks pretty on point. Wonder if you can pull off his door wings. I mean, there'll be videos for these out somewhere, so you probably tell if you really wanted to, I suppose, couldn't you? Ironhide, looks like toddler Ironhide. Like, this looks like if Ironhide was like a 4-year-old, but angry. And again, it's just because of the way they've done the face. Now, it's meant to be a chibi look, and, they are hitting that. But there's something weird about the Ironhide face. Ratchet has, like, a nice kind of life beep, 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 beep sticker going across his chest. That's quite nice, actually. Yeah, something not right with that. Look at the Ironhide, and then look at the Ratchet. It's just something not quite right about it. I can't put my finger on what, though. I imagine we'll hit an Optimus Prime at some point soon. And the Prime just, it looked like the other one. You haven't got any promo images for the Prime? Oh, they didn't have any promo images for the Megatron either. Oh, my God. Someone's got Megatron pulling off his bucket helmet. That's kind of cute. There's the Prime. Yeah, we've kind of talked about him. Megatron looks okay as well, actually. Oh, it looks like his internal skeleton and joints are all red. That's a good idea. But it does, a bad thing, it does look like the eye stickers and eyebrow stickers. The eyebrow stickers are, well, they're going to be stickers, which, small model kit. I did mention when I was looking through these, the price on them. There's an actual image of Skywarp next to, is that New Age Bumblebee? I think that's the New Age Bumblebee. He's like 2 New Age Bumblebees, which I assume is probably about 4 inches, which is what they kind of suggested. We worked out using mathematics, aka a calculator, that these are about, for the newer wave, they're about £5 each. £5.88 recurring each, so £5.89 each pounds. I think that's fine for what these are, right? Now, obviously, you don't get Megatron and all of that jazz. That shit's already passed us by. It would be the Bumblebee, the ones I've already mentioned. Is this the second wave? Let's see the second wave. Second wave set of 9, £52. Second wave was Grimlock, Inferno, Grapple, Cliff Jumper, Starscream, Mixmaster, Okay. They did show an image on their official website of a 6-shot and Galvatron and a few others, but I'm not quite sure where they are. Oh, the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime does look pretty cool, actually. That does look neat, right? Where's Wave 2? Could I be tempted by these? Grimlock? Yeah, Grimlock's okay. Shattered Glass Prime, that looks good. Long Haul looks good. Starscream, No, it's a different face, right? That's a different face than, I think it looks like a different face to what Skywarp and Thundercracker, I think. Inferno, yeah, he's a bit weird. Cliff Jumper looks okay. Yeah, Cliff Jumper doesn't look too bad. Mixmaster, is Mixmaster holding a radar dish like an axe? It looks like he's holding a radar dish like an axe, which, I'm no weapons martial art expert, I'm not going to pull that kind of thread, but I'm going to say, with fair certainty, that you can't do that. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't work. Grapple is not orange. Grapple seems to be yellow, which is interesting. Or wrong. 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 Oh, and there's the Grimlock in Dinobot mode as well. Yeah, what we're thinking with Grapple, he's just not the right color. You know what I think when Grapple? Orange. Never have I thought yellow. I don't think there's ever been a yellow Grapple. Not once. I might get this. I might get this wave. Huh. But mainly because I like the look of the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. I think that looks really good. Then, the rest of the wave looks okay. And if it comes to pass, there might be building up to a chibi Devastator with these things. Did the long haul team come with Combaticon bits? Oh, there seems to be a metallic version of Grimlock as well. I guess that's probably the chase figure, right? That would make sense. Yeah, it doesn't say. Are there any images? Yeah, there are a few images. Like, look how cute the Grimlock is. That was not the Grimlock. That was that's the Grimlock. Look how cute that Grimlock Dinobot mode is. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. The Starscream, I think, looks a lot better for some reason than the Skywarp and the Thundercracker. Yeah, these images on Shozy are helpful. Huh, are these still in stock? Is Wave 2 still in stock? Yeah, Wave 2 still in stock. Maybe I should buy this. Maybe I should buy this. I could even potentially lie to myself and say it's Action Master Grimlock, Action Master Inferno, Action, etc. You get the idea. Action Master blah, 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 blah. I could lie to myself. If you painted up the Starscream, you could paint them into Action Master colors. There's an idea. Orange says Skywarp's tits aren't silver. That's the color that they were missing. Thank you, Orange. I knew there was a color missing from the Skywarp, and it's his boob color. Oh, wait. Chapter 2 isn't out yet. Isn't it? It says it's not out yet. But then it says it's... Maybe that's just not up to date. Maybe they are out. Because it says you can buy now rather than pre-ordering. So maybe they are out. And Chapter 3... again, does not say when they are coming out. They are coming out when they come. When she comes around the mountain. There's also the Golden Lagoon version, which is... don't do it. Never get the Golden Lagoon version. Golden Lagoon version is Wave 1. Yeah, it looks like Wave 1 for the most part. I think. It says Long Haul as well for some reason. Long Haul Wave? No. Long Haul's not in Wave 1, thankfully. Okay, yeah. Blokies. I think these look pretty interesting. And I might get some. Is chat interested in any blokies? Or have you had a bloky or blocky? I'd be interested to know. Also, next up, we have rumors of Lego Bumblebee in the works. So if you got the Lego Optimus Prime and you were like, hey, I hope they do a Decepticon. Well, too bad. They're going to be doing Bumblebee next, apparently. This comes to us via the Brick Clicker on Instagram. I don't know the how trustworthy they are, but let's assume that they're fairly trustworthy. Another Transformers collaboration. Oh, they've got the number. It's going to be 10338 Transformers Bumblebee, 950 pieces, so it's going to be a big boy. $89.99 US dollary dues. July the 1st release, so it's coming out relatively soon. It's not too far off. It's also got a little description. The set transforms into a car like Optimus Prime and is likely G1 based. Well, it would be weird if it's not. Now you can get the two kind of Hasbro pushed figures, or characters, I should say, in Lego form. And it's going to be a lot better than Creo. I remember Creo. I've still got Creo. I didn't like Creo. Creo was one of those drugs where you just took it and you were like, oh, I love this. This is really good for me. Then your teeth start falling out and you lose your hair and you're like, maybe I should stop with Creo. And then the blind bags came out. And then it got worse. Yeah. So if you got the Optimus Prime, Bumblebee's coming. So that's cool. That's nice. Next up, it's just kind of an announcement or whoopee, yippee, as they'd say in Lethal Company. Unlocked Tier 2. Apparently the RID Optimus Prime HasLab thing has now got its backing too. It's going to come with its 2 bits of roads. Whoop-de-doo. I hope everybody's happy. Let's check to see if they've announced a third thing. I don't think they have. I'm going to assume they have not got any more stretch goals, and if they don't, that's disappointing. They have no more stretch goals. At least not announced. Maybe they didn't assume that it would reach the stretch goals. Or if they did, they were just like, it won't get much higher. So it's not going to come with anything else unless we get an announcement in the future of something. Yeah, cool. If you're wondering, at current, they have 16,915 backers. And you can still, get the figure. It's the 14th of March, so you've got less than 2 weeks to pre-order the figure. And if you want him, you can get him. Hey! If you don't, well, too bad. And if you do jump on, you can get all of the backer bits included now. So that's cool. That's not bad. Now, the Transformers Generation, if I could speak, enunciate properly, Legacy Unite Autobots Stand, United Autobot Stand, United, what? Legacy United, new thing, Transformers Generation Select Legacy United, new thing, Autobot Stand United 5-pack reveal. There we go. So these are figures that we've talked about kind of a little bit before. We've talked about the Trailbreaker. We've talked about the Wheeljack. Did we talk about the Jazz? I think we might have talked about the Jazz. There's a Sunstreaker who we haven't talked about, and I think this is the first time we're seeing the Hound, quote-unquote, officially. So these are all redos of figures we previously had, but with more, in quotations, animation-accurate color schemes. Now, the one that I think really stands out the most, and I want to talk about first, and they really don't have any fancy, sexy images of him for some reason, is Sunstreaker. Now, I don't know about you, but I thought the original version of Sunstreaker looked like ass. It looked like ass. And that's primarily because for some reason, I assume, if you can tell me I'm wrong here, chat, or people who are listening in the future, I assumed his windscreen was translucent plastic, right? And then they painted it yellow, or something like that. And it didn't match the rest of the yellow of the molded plastic, which was the kind of a sickly yellow. So he wasn't even kind of the right color there either. Well, this version seems like the hood of the car, or the windscreen of the car is done all in yellow, and they've just painted that a light blue, which is for the best. It looks as nice, if not better. And now he's all a consistent yellow color and looks 100 times better. Now, there's a small issue of the windscreen having a big gap in between it, from the, what part is this? The chest area of the robot mode to the feet bits, which are also part of the back of the windscreen. Yeah, that looks a bit rough, but I think generally it looks nicer, right? I think it's consistent. I think all of these look just a lot better, a lot more poppy. They're brighter. I was going to say more energetic, but isn't that pretentious of me? And the last one, of course, to talk about of ones we haven't, is Hound. And it is, as far as I can tell, the Detritus. It's that guy's mold. And it's in Hound's colors. And yeah, it's what you would expect. It looks like a good Hound. The Jazz, I don't know if there's a huge amount of differences on the Jazz. I'm sure there's like minor details. It's probably like Trailbreaker, etc., kind of that idea. I was not a big fan of the Jazz mold when I played with it with my G2 version. I was kind of like, this is kind of like it felt to me like a very 5 out of 10 mold. Like, it's not bad. It's just kind of, it's okay. It's just like you play with it and you're like, it's all right. It's, I don't hate it. It's just I'm not going to sing about it. So I don't know. I think, again, this is a good, like, if you are wanting to get into Transformers collecting and you're like, man, I'm sad I missed out on these quote-unquote core class of Autobot figures, this is a really good set for you. Is it good enough to replace your current ones? Maybe if you've got the money. Well, most people who are into Transformers probably do have the money. At least they spend it like they do. I think it's nice. I don't think it's crazy as a set. It's going to be fairly expensive because it's 5 deluxes. So do we have prices on these at all? I'm having a quick check. It doesn't say. Let's just click on the Chosen Prime just to see if they've got pricing. Oh, they do. Here we go. Okay, so they've got it listed on the Chosen Prime for $109.99, so $110 US, coming out July of this year. 110 between 5 figures. That seems okay. Yeah, in today's market, that's okay. It's not amazing. You're not making a good dealing on them. You're not going to be saving money, but for figures that already came out, it's all right. I don't know if this will be a shelf warmer. Just because people already have it, or people might just want the nicer color schemes. I don't know. It's an interesting set at the very least. It's not a buzzworthy set, though. I noticed that. Isn't it? No. Well, it's not listed as a buzzworthy set, and yet it feels like a buzzworthy set. Or what Buzzworthy was up to. Now, boys. Legacy United Doom... Not and. Doom Destruction Collection. Mayhem Attack Squad. There is the 2-pack of Chop Shop and Barrage, which we talked about last week in the rumors. And Barrage. No, sorry. And. Oh, wait. Barrage and Malice Minotaurus. No, I think Malice Minotaurus is with the other guy. Yeah, Malice Minotaurus is in the breakdown set because you can see him there, right? I don't know. Anyway, and the other set is Breakdown and Windsweeper. Maybe I'm wrong. So, I wasn't sure what the breakdown was last week. Obviously, it was animated breakdown. I was just being an idiot. So, animated breakdown and Windsweeper, obviously known as the best of friends in lots of titles together. I was concerned it was going to be a redo of Needle Nose, or someone mentioned Needle Nose, and I was like, oh. And yeah, Windsweeper is a redo of Needle Nose. Breakdown is a redo of Bulkhead, so it's another Transformers Prime figure that I feel has gotten shafted. Yay. And Chop Shop and Barrage are reuses of Shrapnel and Bludgeon. However, they've got a lot more tooling than I ever thought they were going to have. I was really concerned that they were going to be really basic and really lame. But no, they've gone to town on them. They've actually done a good job to make them look like Barrage and Chop Shop. Fuck. I think this set is going to sell out. I think this set is going to go pretty quickly. I have a feeling that this set is going to go quickly, which is kind of annoying. And I tell you what else is annoying. You know how we get package refreshes of like, well, I would say figures that no one cares about, but clearly I'm in the minority here. Why not put out on a package in his own Ransack for a package refresh? Why not do that? Because no one wanted that fucking 5-pack set of quote-unquote Insecticons, right? No one wanted that. If they wanted it for one figure. They wanted it for Ransack, or maybe they were curious about the repainted version of Wasminator. I doubt they were interested in the repainted version, or the toy-accurate version of Scorponok, because that mold was crap. No one liked that mold to begin with. What was the last figure? Like, Goldbug. Was it Goldbug? It might be Goldbug. I could see people have wanted Goldbug, to be fair. So there was 2 figures in there that people would really, really want, and then 2 figures that people were like, fuck, I guess. And now we've got 2 really cool looking figures. Justin Sharp says, hot pile of garbage. Lol. Which ones? Or are you just being a lol man? Do you not like these, Justin? Orange says, I pre-ordered mine on minute number 1. Damn, son. Yeah, but Orange, you just go in. You're straight. I think you get all of them pretty quickly, right? Generally speaking, normal releases. I'm good at waiting for more accurate Ransack, to be honest. Do you think they'll do it, though? I don't know if they'll do a more accurate Ransack. I think they'll just be like, well, we've got the whole squad out now. You're done. I don't know. If they did a new Ransack, I'd be more than happy. Or just like I say, just re-release him. Just re-release him, bro. See if we can get some good images. Now, okay, let's talk about Windsweeper, which is a redo of Needle Nose. The only thing that seems like they've remolded is the head. And the interesting thing is, the head to me doesn't look like Windsweeper. I'm going to check. Because to me, this doesn't look like Windsweeper at all. Transformers Windsweeper. Windsweeper. Oh, no, maybe it is his face. No, I'm just stupid, chat. I thought he had a different face. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm dumb. I'm a dumb, stupid motherfucker. Yep, that's his face. That's his face. Yep. Yeah, see, there he is. Is that accurate? Yeah, it's pretty accurate, I suppose. I think the problem is it is just a retool of Needle Nose. I wish it was its own mold. The Needle Nose figure was again kind of a 5 out of 10 mold. Like it's not bad figure. It's just really basic. You don't do a lot with the mold to quote unquote transform it. It's really simple. That's why I give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not bad. It's just you kind of get it and you're like, it transforms. And you're like, it's fine. It's okay. It's not shite. Not horrific. Now, to replicate his Trigger Con guns, they've basically just, because they're probably on the same sprue mold. They went, okay, how about we give him his Target Masters, or Needle Nose's Target Masters, and they'll just be in one color with maybe a little bit of dark gray around the faces, which is, again, a little bit on the, shrug. Oddly enough, it looks like they're cast in the beige plastic and then just been painted over. Looking at the pegs, on the inside of the pegs, it looks like they're beige colored, which is interesting. Oh yeah, they do have a little bit of darker gray on their faces, but they actually, just looking at them in this one color scheme, reminds me of, oh fuck, what were they called? Oh fuck, what were they called? Big ship, little colored men, like yellow men, red men. They fought against Venom. Mantiforce. They look a bit like Mantiforce men. If you haven't seen Mantiforce, you should have a look at the toys on YouTube or something. Mantiforce was a great toy line back in the day. Justin Sharp says, I'm so tired of retools and remolds, repack bullshit. Well, tough. Hasbro ain't gonna stop now. Now, I wish they'd do more for their redos. Like, if they're gonna redo a load of figures, I wish they'd do more like Ransack and Barrage, to be honest, than they have done here. I still feel that using the bulkhead mold doesn't work for Breakdown. For Prime Breakdown. Seems they've given him a few extra guns to try and break down him up like a hammer and like a Gatling gun. The new head looks like it's well sculpted. It looks quite nice, that's fine. But yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know what to say apart from it's disappointing. It's just like it's a mold that I didn't think worked well for Bulkhead being used for Breakdown. Another character I would like a really good modern toy of. Prime's got a really interesting, unique design aesthetic, and it's not G1, so tough tits, I suppose. But onto the good news, which is Chop Shop. Chop Shop looks really fucking good. They've remolded the legs for the insect mode. I'm shocked, but it makes sense that they've remolded the pincers for the Boog mode. He's got a new head mold. It looks like the chest piece is also translucent, which is interesting enough. And he's got that lovely, delicious brown and orange combo. And I'm not saying that ironically. I think it does look very, very nice. He pops a lot more than Shrapnel because of his color scheme and the really interesting head design. It's a head design that you just don't get because the Deluxe Insecticons were very, I think they were obviously from a different line than the actual Insecticons. So the look of the head here is very, very unique. He's still got the pistol guns for the legs that Shrapnel had. I mean, I don't expect them to change that. He's also got Shrapnel's just generic gun, which seems like it was cast in orange plastic because it's got a little orange nipple on the end of it, and then it's been painted brown. It's a shame it just wasn't brown. I guess it's not a big deal, but it's like no, I think it looks great. In the Stag Beetle mode, I think he could have done. I don't know. I think a third party company should maybe do something. He's got like. No, I don't think you could add it. I don't think there are ports on his chest here. Kind of wish there was some kind of ports just to add a little bit more to it. Maybe a third party company will give something to help make it look a bit more stag beetly. I don't know what you do, but the stag mode is the least of my concern. The robot mode is kind of where it was at and kind of hit it, I think, at least for me, from my perspective. Justin says, yeah, just a head and color swap doesn't work for me. No, same for me either. Orange says, more appropriate mold reuses would be good. GoBot's Firecracker from Kingdom Sideswipe, Sunstorm from Siege, or Earthrise. No, we don't need those molds anymore. No more Siege, no more Earthrise, please, Orange. We're done with them. Ricochet from... Have we not had Ricochet from Studio Series? I thought we'd had him. I mean, you're probably right, but it feels like we would have had him. He does... Orange says he does pop. The colors of Deluxe Insecticons are one of the very best things about them. It's one of the really good things about them. Yeah, I would agree. It's not obviously you didn't say it was the only thing, which is what I was computing in my brain. There, it's like there are obviously, and I'm sure you would agree, other good things about them. But the color scheme does make them pop really nicely. Justin says animated jazz is what I want, or another. No, you don't. I can tell you why you don't want animated jazz, Justin, because they won't do animated jazz. They'll do a G1 animated jazz, so you don't want him. At least I don't think you do. I wouldn't want him because the G1 him up. And I'd be really I get so fucking annoyed again. Or another IDW drift would be top notch. Yeah, like a new... I agree a new drift would work because he's already quote-unquote G1-y. You know, he was already designed to be G1-y because he was in the IDW universe and that was pretty G1-y to begin with. So a new drift, I'd be down with. And then you can do your shitty recolor of him... and more gunned up version into Deadlock and make it like a web exclusive or something. Maybe change the face design so he looks meaner, more angry. That would work. I'd be okay with that. Different expressions on Transformers, I think, is something Hasbro should lean towards as well, personally. Orange says, yeah, needs his pecs and alt mode butt jet boosters. I think you're probably right. Barrage, again, looks really good. The legs have been redone on the back of the forearms. The chest is completely different, seemingly. Completely new head as well. Actually, is this the... I think this is the back of the figure, right? I think, yeah, is it? Yeah, I think what they've done with Barrage is kind of what they did with Sunstreaker and Sideswipe from back in the day, right? They've just turned the figure's torso round. Yeah, that's why you've got the screws visible on the front of the robot mode, because this is just the back. You can also see that the joints where you would kind of fold the arms inwards for the robot for the insect mode. That's where they are. You can see them kind of exposed there. That's really interesting. It works. I mean, it's you could argue it's maybe a little ugly, like I say, because you get the screw holes and you can see the joint here where the arms will fold inwards. But the benefit of the arms being able to fold inwards is Orange has literally just typed it. He's now got butterfly joints in his arms. It can't go backwards now, but they can go forwards. And I think forwards butterfly joints are obviously way more useful than backwards butterfly joints. So it'd be interesting to see what poses he can do with him. You might be able to get him to do a pseudo arm fold. That might look quite good just because you can bring those shoulders inwards. That could be quite nice. Yeah. They haven't utilized them here in the photos at the moment. My issue here with the figure is... One, I think maybe the yellow tone's okay. This is the sickly yellow that they used previously on... I guess it was Earthrise, Sunstreaker. This was the sickly yellow. I think this is the right yellow to use on Barrage, thinking about it. I was going to whine, but it's fine. My issue is I think it's clear that the shins that are yellow have been painted yellow. They're not yellow. They're probably green because on Shrapnel they were black. I think they were black. There was something like that. But it looks like these ones have been painted yellow, so you can tell there's a clear difference in tone between the shins and the rest of the yellow on the figure. Bit of a shame. Whatever. Oh, it looks like he does come with the hammer. The hammer comes with these guys, and if you wondered, excuse me, it's just a grey version of the Minotaur hammer, which was an okay Minicon weaponizer. Wasn't crazy. In terms of the horn stag thing, my only issue here with it is I don't know how tight the bug head goes. It's hard to describe it without looking at the image. It looks like I want to get the two pieces closer, like the back of the head and the front of the green part where the horn starts coming from. It feels like there's a bit too big of a gap between the two. And I don't know if that's mistransformation or something like that, but it's again not a huge deal. But to me, it's noticeable how big this gap is between the head and where the horn comes from, if you see what I'm saying. Not a big deal, but hey-ho. Like I say, I think it's the better set. I don't really care for the hammer. You could probably drop that to make it a little bit cheaper, but no, the CG renders are completely different colors, but whatever. Yeah, one of these sets is really good, and one of these sets is kind of the disappointing slop I expected. This feels more like the Wrecker set, while the Insecticon feels like there's effort being put in, which is interesting. Orange says, what's neat about these iteration of the Deluxe Insecticons is that they'd be larger than the inevitable Studio Series core class Insecticons. That's true, yeah. Yeah. I just wish Ransack was available. I do wonder what they're going to do for Venom. I think we discussed last week that he's obviously going to be his own mold. So it's going to be interesting to see what he is and what they remake Venom into, because they're going to do Venom into something. I just can't think what, unless they just go, this is Beast Machine's animated Waspinator. Maybe they'll do animated. Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be. They'll do Venom into animated G1 Waspinator. Maybe. I can see that. It seems like a kind of lame thing they do. Malleus Minotaurus seems like a waste, a one-off character that won't get a better toy. Yeah, I don't really know why it's even included in the set, to be honest. It just seems to just be there for some reason. Beast Machines Waspinator. Yeah, I didn't actually mean, oddly enough, it wasn't what I was thinking. I meant Buzzsaw? Was that the Beast Machines one that was a wasp? That was one of the worst Beast Machine figures, excluding, Supreme Cheeto. I think it was Buzzsaw, maybe. Hey, Mr. White, why does that blue truck have a Transformers Prime head on it? Because it's G1, Mr. White. I don't know if you're up to date on your Hasbro policies, but if it's a unique, difficult style, it's got to be boiled down to what can we just use as another mold for it, and that's what they've done. Yeah, one of these sets is not like the other. I want the Insecticon set. I don't really want the Windsweeper or Breakdown set, personally. But hey, at least I'm happy with one of the sets. Way more than I thought I would be. Now, shall we discuss once again, chat, why the Chosen Prime and TF Con fucking hate me? They just hate me. They have some vendetta against me where they're like, Andy, fuck that guy. We hate him. We will constantly make the figures that he would like, but we'll make it almost impossible for him to get without sucking off a lot of people and paying a great, huge amount of money. So, yeah. So what did they do, you might be wondering? Well, TFCon Los Angeles 2024 have shown off the Fans Hobby exclusive figure, the MB24B Wingman, which is a redo of their whatever version of Hydra, whatever their redo of their Hydra mold was, into Skydive, another Predator jet. So if you go into TFCon and you have the premium ticket, you'll be able to get it then on Sunday, on March 9th for $160, which is, not a cheap amount of money to begin with. It's limited 600 pieces worldwide. Will sell out fast. He's got the mold that they've been using for the old school Predator jet guns. He's got a new head. I don't know if there's anything else different about him. I wish there were more images. Are there more images? Let's check the Chosen Prime. They won't have any images. What am I talking about? No, because he's not available on the website yet. Are there any... Maybe if we go to TFCon directly, maybe they'll have some images. Partners? No, I don't care about your partners. Tell me about the toy. Wingman. Okay, we have some better images here. Okay. The only thing I'd mention is he's not obviously the right jet. Not even close. I don't even know what kind of jet. I think he was meant to be an F-22 sort of thing for the original toy, which he's definitely not here. But I think it looks good. He's nice and bright and pink. Pinky, purpley, red, magenta. It's a color. It's a color with a fancy name. That's as much as you'll get from me. It's a color with a fancy name. That isn't pink. That isn't purple. It's one of those colors. It's one of those 90s colors, chat. One of those lovely 90s colors. You'll love it. So if you're going, enjoy it for me. I don't have any of these, and it's probably not a good idea to start getting them now. Yeah, I'd say magenta, says orange. Okay, well, there you go. Magenta. That'll do. I'll go with magenta. Yeah. Are you going to be getting him orange? Or any of chat? Is any of chat going to be getting the wingman? I know Miss Adam White is. He's definitely going to TFCon. He's already there. And is that all? Oh, the last bit of news we have is TFCon Los Angeles, March 8th to the 10th, 2024. They've got this special guest of Stan Bush, the music man. He came from far away. What does he play? Well, he plays a lot of tracks from G1. Well, a few tracks from G1. The classics. So if you want to go and say hi to him, you want to be cringe and sing at him, you're more than welcome to. I wouldn't sing at him, though. I wouldn't do that. I remember him being a well-received guest for TF Nation a good few years back, or whenever he was last there. So, yeah, it's great. Good for TFCon. Apparently, this is a Transformers Generation 1 reunion. It's touted as. If we scroll down, you can somewhat see it. Orange says, can't say I will, but he does look snazzy. Mr. White says, ha ha ha, no. I might try going one day. Yeah, I think you should, Mr. White. Also, you could go to Kanaja Land. I hear Canada's kind of fun. Justin Sharp says, core class is the best class. It's the cheapest. I'm not sure it's the best. I'd rather core class than a commander class, generally speaking, because it's like, woof, an eighth of the price, give or take. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, I still think I might buy or pre-order this blocky set, Blokes set. Like I mentioned earlier, they do look interesting. And model kits, and I think they look like kind of fun desk toys. I don't know. I think I might. It's 50. It's £5 for every figure, and there are 9 figures, £5 each. I might do it. Now, in terms of what I've been up to this week, chat, because that's all the news. We're done. News out. Boom, 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 boom. We're done. Game over, chat. Game over. In terms of what I've been doing this week, I decided. Well, I didn't decide. I finished Resident Evil 4 remake. It's all done and dusted now. Sadler has been put back into the ground, and we have won freedom for America World once again. Go America World. Yeah, it was really good. You might not know this. Resident Evil 4, really good. I didn't play with mods, but I do have mods now as I go through the rest of the game. I really enjoyed it. The parry system took time to get used to. Hang on, I saw something. Simon Tang says, what about the G.I. Joe Classified reveal? Oh, you want me? Oh, we could talk about it. Okay, sorry, I thought you meant like a crossover with Transformers. We can talk about the Classified stuff. I'll finish off talking about Resident Evil 4, and then we can talk about Classified. Justin Sharp says, rather risk $12 instead of 60. I think you're generous to think a Commander class is going to be 60. Commander class is more like 90 or more in the hundreds, you know? Oh, see, oh yeah, no, actually, yeah, it is more in the hundreds because I wasn't able to get Armada Prime because he never dropped into the 80s. Excuse me. But yeah, Resi 4, I think the gameplay upgrades are fantastic. I prefer the silly voice acting of the original. I miss not being able to... You don't really converse with the villains. In the original game, you had a little TV communicator thingammy-doodah, so you could actually talk... Well, Leon, not you. Leon would talk to the villains like Salazar and Sadler and have a little bit of banter, and he'd say some dumb one-liners like, no way, bro, and stuff like that. And I miss those not being in this. I think that was a bit more of a shame that those were completely missed out. Because it felt like I was more disconnected from the villains than in the previous version of the game. Go away, news thing, get out of here. So I did miss that. I think that was my only real big criticism. What else did I enjoy? The fact that there were no quick time events, fantastic. You actually got to fight Krauser with a knife, made you feel like a badass. That was really cool. Yeah, it's just a better version of Resident Evil 4. It's not going to be as well remembered in many ways as the original, because the original obviously changed gaming. This hasn't changed gaming. You know, this hasn't changed the market of gaming. It was just meant to be a better version of the fourth game, and that's what it is. It's cut out some stuff, but for the most part, it's left in all the important stuff, added in some extra little bits here and there, refined the combat, added a few bits, like I say, the parry system, added a few new enemies, a few new enemy types in here, which is kind of good. Yeah, it's really good. I can see why everybody was so positive about the game. I'm trying to think, it was anything I didn't enjoy. Actually, it's a lot better as well. Ashley is actually likable. You actually feel bad for Ashley. She can still be a bit of a burden on the harder difficulties. But yeah, I don't mean to be mean to the original voice actress. She doesn't have quite as ear-piercing a tone as the original one did. Like, you heard Ashley scream for your name all the time, and it was irritation. With this Ashley, it's more like she sounds like she's in trouble. You worried about her. You don't want her to die, etc., etc. It's good. Yeah, if you haven't played Resi 4 Remake, do it. I need to get Separate Ways. The DLC will be playing that on stream in the future. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Resi 4. Who knew? I mean, everybody knew. I came to the party late. Now, Simon asked me about the G.I. Joe classified reveals. I assume you're specifically talking about this set, right? Oh god, what's his name? G.I. Joe classified Doc, Jinx, Dreadnought, Torch, Night Creeper, Dreadnought with Boar, Ganado with Boar, his Techno Viper, and HMS, and the Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire. Now, obviously, there are some of these I don't give a rat's ass about. We'll jump to those when we can. The Tech Viper and the Heat Seeker missiles, it's okay, you know, it's just a repaint of a figure. And then a missile launcher which you can attach to the back of a HISS tank. It's okay. I kind of like the recolor of the Techno Viper. It will go nicely with the HISS tank crew and all that jazz. And the missile launcher, for what it is, looks nice. You can remove the big missiles, and it's got big tire wheels and all that jazz. It's okay. I think the problem I have at the moment with G.I. Joe Declassified is they're really frustrating to get, and they are very expensive to get. And I'm trying to cut back on stuff, and it's sometimes difficult. This is something I could easily cut back on. Easily. I don't need this, even though it's quite nice. I wouldn't need it. So we've also got the new Dreadnought, Crocodile Dundee Dreadnought, who's pretty cool. I remember this. I think this guy was in the Deke show, wasn't he? He wasn't in the original Sunbow series. He was in the Deke series. So with terrible animation. Because it was Deke, you know. I think he's got this backpack is Lowlight's backpack, right? He looks pretty good. He looks like a Crocodile Dundee. Got a few interesting weapons. I think I recognize them. Does he come with a monkey? I think he comes with a monkey. I'm pretty sure he comes with that monkey. He comes with a boar. I don't care too much for the boar, but monkey? Yeah, I think the monkey looks great. Is he whittling something? Looks like he is. Oh, I remember seeing this originally. He's got like 3 scars on his head. I thought, like, because I didn't look at this properly, I thought this was a comb over. And I thought, that's bold to have an action figure with a comb over. Like 3 strands of hair as your little comb over thing. I was like, oh, okay. It's not, it's scars. It's a little bit more disappointing. I wish he just did have wispy hair. He's got a cool snake tattoo. This wouldn't be what, yeah, look at that monkey. Oh, the monkey has an eye patch. The monkey has an eye patch. The next question is, can the monkey hold a knife? If the monkey can hold a knife, I'll have to buy it. I don't think the monkey can hold a knife. No, it doesn't look like he can. Man, they missed out on a trick. If the monkey could have held a knife as well. Fuck. I think I'd wait for this to go on sale if possible. I don't feel the super need for it. I think he looks nice. I think he looks nice. I could have done without the pig. I would have kept the monkey. I would have kept the bow because he's got like a compact bow. I can't remember if these are unique or whatnot. I would have got rid of the gun case and the sniper rifle, and I would have kept his 2 daggers just to bring him down to like normal price point. Oh, and keep this hat as well, just to get rid of some of the big things to give him kind of a more standard price rather than the increased price, I think. Orange says, I haven't went for Modern Joe's before, but I'm finding them at discount stores, and they're pretty awesome. Oh, so what you're saying, Orange, is fuck you, Andy. What you're saying is, you're not meaning to, but what you're effectively saying is, fuck you, Andy. Fuck you. That's how it feels, because you don't get them here. You don't find them on sale here, really, either. Because we just don't get them. I've seen people get a load of these G.I. Joe figures for cheap as chips, and it's frustrating. I think that's another reason why it kind of puts me off getting Joes, because I'm like, the Americans are getting such a fucking steal. Getting them on disgusting discounts, and I'm here schlepping away at high price points. It's like there's the merchant from Resi comes up and he goes, oh, I've got some goods for you, stranger. I'll buy them at a high price. I'm like, no, I don't want to buy them at a high price. Orange says, feeds my desire for tons of accessories. Yeah, you'll get them here. The only problem I have with the accessories is usually they're a little bit malleable. I wish they were harder plastic, but, you know, as is the way. Yes, monkey and boar, says Orange. Mr. White says, I could cosplay as Combover. That's a good name, Combover. Can the monkey hold a knife between its teeth? I think so. You might have to jam it in there, Mr. White. And that would have paint coming off, potentially, but you might be right. Orange says, I'll enjoy them for us both. You fucker. Fuck you, Orange. You bastard. Justin says, dude, Ross has for like $4. Yeah, I know. And the UK don't have them at all, so... yeah, I'd love to get them for $4. That would be great. Simon Tang, are Hasbro Pulse UK carrying them? They are, but they're carrying them for like full price of £25 to £26. So you want 4 figures, that's £100. That's a lot of money. At least to me. To me, 100, like £25 to me is a lot of money. Might not be to you, but to me it's a good old stodge of cash. But we live different lives, you and I, chat. You might be rich as chips. So a set I don't care about is Roadblock. I think this is Tiger Force Roadblock as well. I like his gun. He's got a heavy machine gun with a belt. That's nice. Oh, he's got a little backpack with a chef name tag on it. That's fun. I like that. I don't like his helmet. It looks like I'm sure it's not, right? This helmet looks like a bicycle helmet, right? Looks like he's got off his bicycle in the jungle and just pulled out a machine gun. A heavy, heavy machine gun. It doesn't look cool. If you get this Roblox figure, the Tiger Force Roblox, don't give him the hat. Don't. He's cooler without the hat. Don't make him look like a cyclist. Come on now. Don't be that guy. But yeah, he's fine. The other guy, who's the other guy? Techno G.I. Joe man Dave? What's his name? Tripwire. That's the name, Tripwire. I don't care about G.I. Joes. I care about Cobra. He's not as bombastic. I like his little metal detector. I'm sure it's a mine detector, but let's pretend he's going to the beach trying to find like coins on the beach. What are you doing in the jungle? Looking for a pound coin, stuff like that. A little bomb disposal. The bomb disposal robot's quite cute. I like that. That's nice. Oh, it even comes with a little mine to pick up. That's quite nice. I like that. I don't really like him, and I don't really like the roadblock, but, I guess if you're in the Tiger Force field, this set's fine. It's all right. Tripwire is shorter than roadblock. It looks it. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. But I think, like, Roadblock's meant to be... He's meant to be big. Roadblock's meant to be, like, 6'5" or 6'8" or something. He's meant to be a big boy. So they've made him a little taller, but obviously they can't go too crazy with it making him bigger, I suppose. But yeah, no, he is definitely taller. Unless that's the bicycle helmet doing most of the work. Jinx. Wasn't Jinx the ninja chick from the movie? Which I didn't care too much for because, G.I. Joe again. She looks good, for a G.I. Joe lady ninja, I suppose. She comes with a few different heads. I like the bandage, not bandage. I like the scarf, not scarf. I like the robe over the eyes. That's quite nice. This is a weird double-ended halberd weapon thingy. It looks weird. It's got a nice arm tattoo as well. Very good. Yeah, she looks pretty fun. Not a figure I care about, obviously. Yeah. I tell you what, she does look better than. She looks better than that really shit figure that came, the lady figure that came in the Snake Eyes movie. Do you remember when Classified did the Snake Eyes classified figures and none of them sold because that movie was ass? She looks better than that. A lot better. Massively better, in fact. So, if you want a proper lady ninja, this would be the one I would say go for. Extra hands, katana, weird staff, an extra head, bandage for the eyes. Yeah, she's all right. Not bad. Don't care too much, though. Night Creeper. I've never been a big Night Creeper fan. I never know whereabouts they fit into the Cobra army, right? Because you've got Storm Shadow's Red Ninjas. These just seem like more ninjas, more weird ninjas. The standard head, kind of are they meant to be like desert troopers, like night desert troopers? Because they've got the kind of the headdress and goggles over the eyes, which is kind of cool. I like the alt head. The alt head's almost Cylon, right? It kind of looks like a Cylon head. Oh, ballsy. They've got a hand that can hold a shuriken. Is this shuriken a separate piece? I hope it's not. I hope that's molded into the hand. Otherwise, you're going to fucking lose that shit. Yeah, it comes with a lot of melee weapons. 2 swords, a crossbow. The crossbow is quite cool, actually. I think it's the first crossbow we've got. Oh, no. No, Scarlet's had a crossbow, hasn't she? Yeah, Scarlet's had a crossbow. Yeah, I'm not big... I don't care too much about the Night Creeper. I think it looks like it's good. It's just I don't care about the Night Creeper, is how I would best describe it. But it's a fairly solid-looking set. It's just not a set I would buy. If someone bought it for me, of course. If I could get it for £4, you fucking Americans. If I could get it for £4, I'd buy one. But I wouldn't pay the full, 20, 25 quid for it. Doc. I remember Doc briefly appearing in the show here and there. Doc looks really cool. I don't care about the Joes, but I think Doc looks good. I love his glasses. I hope they stay on his head a little bit better than Buzzer and Ripper's. Buzzer and Ripper's glasses were faffy as shit to keep on their heads, especially Buzzer's. Buzzer's glasses were right fucking faff. But Doc looks really good. He actually has a foldable stretcher, which can go on his back. I think that's really cool for like a medic doctor. I think that's very fun. I don't. Oh God, no! I don't like this photo. Don't like this photo. They've got a photo of Doc without his glasses on. It looks like he's seen too many people die in the field. He's got that like battle shock glare in his eyes, the kind of lifeless look where he's like, I've seen too many people die today. So if you do get the Doc figure, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your toys, but maybe never take his glasses off. Never see his horrible cold dead eyes. I like the fact he comes with a flare gun. That's quite cute. And again, is appropriate. He doesn't really have weapons. He has like one. Is this a pistol? It looks like one weird pistol, and then the rest of it is just kind of medical stuff or like search and rescue stuff. That's pretty good. I think that's fun. Yeah, Doc, you look good. And the one that I care most about is the last of the main Dreadnoks. It's Torch. I thought Torch was going to be the deluxe figure, like have a big fire effect thing, but no, they've managed to get everything the Torch would need into one box. He's got the great handlebar mustache. He looks like Lemmy, or what Lemmy used to look like from Motorhead. It's him. He's got really nice fire tattoos on his forearms, a few pistols, the cool leather jacket and necklace. Again, I don't know how they're going to do the glasses. Hopefully that's... I'm kind of hoping they're actually one piece and stuck to his face. The cool thing is I really like his flamethrower. The flamethrower has a really nice kind of stupid Ghost Rider skull on the front of it with fire coming out of the eyes, which is very fucking rock and roll. And then it has like a fire stream effect. Hopefully the fire stream effect will look kind of good or work kind of nice. You know what? You get two fire effects. You get the kind of stream of fire. You get three I like. You get the stream of fire. You get like, there's a little fire coming out of it. And then you've got this kind of fatter chunk, which I'm not sure how you describe. This, to me, looks... It might not be, but this to me looks like the one that came with the Leader Beast Wars 2 Megatron. I don't think it is, but it almost looks like it has the same shape. But I don't think it is. But no, I think Torch looks really good. I'm going to have to suck a big cock and just like pay the full price for Torch, unfortunately. I've got no choice. I've got the rest of the Dreadnoks. I need at least the 4 main Dreadnoks, right? I have to. So I'm pretty pleased with him. I just wish I could get him cheaper. But again, that's the way the cookie crumbles. G.I. Joe Classified. Yeah, they're still doing pretty decent work. I wish the products were cheaper. That's not too bad. The last thing I did of note... two things I did of note. Finished watching Full Metal Brotherhood Alchemist. Still really good. Not a real big surprise. I think I've said that multiple times while talking about it. It's still really good. And the only other thing I did this week was I decided to bring patriotism, justice, the Super Earth way to the bugs and the robots. I bought Helldivers 2. I've only played it once. Who's playing it at the moment? One of my friends is playing it. I've only played it once last night. We streamed it with my friend Daddy. It was great fun. It was really good. Getting used to it. Yeah. It doesn't feel like Earth Defense Force, but it's got the same kind of vibe about it. It's got the same kind of idea. You know, you beat swarms of enemies, you upgrade your character, etc., kind of that kind of stuff, and you play with a team. It's got that kind of feel to it. I can see why it's become kind of the internet popular game. It's enjoyable. Mr. White says Helldivers does look like a fun old game. Yeah. I can. The idea is hopefully to get Mr. Jason, our friend Curry-chan, who doesn't like being called Curry-chan, but that's his name because his like Twitter handle's silly. It's like Kuriez or something like that, and I said Curry-chan just sounds easy to say. Hopefully we'll be able to get Jason to stream and play with us at some point. So we can have a 3-mana. Lads. I guess have to wait and see. But yeah, I'll be streaming it again next week at some point. So I guess if you want to see me play it, you know, come on. You can slide on by. You can play with us if you've got the game as well, I suppose. Yeah. I'll actually have to do some editing because 15 minutes of myself was muted earlier on in the stream, which is, I'm stupid. Not fun things, but I did. There was one other thing I did. Unfun things was I bought a front door for my house, a French doors, and 2 windows The price made me cry, but the windows and doors are 30 years old, so they need to be changed in the house. But yeah, that was an expensive day. The fun thing I did was I finally bought Usharon, the Mad King from Warhammer Age of Sigmar. I've got him. I've built him. I've sprayed him up. And I also bought the priest. Let me get a Usharon. Get an image in case you don't know what Usharon looks like. He's kind of the big leader character of the Flesh Eater Courts. There is an image. So he's a pretty neat model. So I built them all up. I just need, and I undercoated him today. I did the spraying of Usharon. And I got the little priest as well for him. Little undead priest. So I've got those to paint up at some point during the week. So yeah, that's been my week, chat. Oh, I also have been watching a bit of, if you remember the old cartoon, Roughnecks, the Starship Trooper Chronicles, I think it's called, a CGI show. It's rough, visually speaking. It's pretty rough. It's the kind of Beast Wars. It's after Beast Wars era of CGI cartoon show. You know, yeah. Visually, it's you gotta just kind of go, yeah, that was just how it was in the early 2000s. The actual story's fine. It doesn't take place. It takes place in a different universe from the movie. Excuse me. Like the first mission is not a continuation from the movie. Kind of resets it, but yeah, it's still not like the books. But it's closer to the books. But it's still not the books, so it's weird. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if it's closer to. I think it's closer to the books than the. No, I'm almost positive it's closer to the books than the movie was. I'm almost positive, not 100% though. Almost positive, almost. Just run with me on this, chat, okay? But yeah, Orange says looks like a nice guy. Nice conversation, buddy. Usharon, yes, yeah, he will actually make you go mad. If you didn't know, the lore behind Usharon is he has a disease that causes people to lose their sanity and will drop into despair, but that's okay, because as you've been turned into a flesh eater, eating corpses and stuff, you'll actually be imagining yourself as a heroic person doing good deeds, worshipping or working for a lord, a noble lord who's governing your very nice land that's full of life and, you know, abundance with food and all that jazz, but you're actually just working for a ghoul king, which is a vampire who's kind of fallen to this madness as well. So you are a disgusting creature that eats the flesh of the living, while having this kind of horrible, meager existence. But in your mind, you're having a great time. So it's not that bad. Just, just accept it. Orange says, well, I'm already there, so what could possibly go right? Exactly. If you reality is your perception, right? Or perception is reality. So if you perceive your world to be a nice, happy, glorious place, then it's fine. You just, as long as you don't face the truth and you're kept in the delusion, you're having a pretty decent life. Just don't wake up and find out what you've become, pretty much. But yeah, that's the show, everybody. We're done for today. Thank you for coming on by. It was a fairly short one, but we managed to roll it on a little bit. I had to redo a part of the story, so yeah, let's not worry too much about that. Thanks very much for coming on by. If you want to find me online, you can go over to twitter.com or Twitter, Decayed Andy. Most places you can find me, youtube.com, Decayed Andy. You can head over to patreon.com/moonbase2, and if you want to help out the show, $2 each month is much appreciated. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Libsyn, the Weebly. We're on Weebly as well as ccbunker.weebly.com. You can find us on, lots of places. Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're there. I'm there. Here on the moon in space. Speaking with a perfect internet connection. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yes, thanks everybody for coming on by. Much appreciated. If you want to join in the live stream and correct me when I've accidentally made a mistake, you can join us on Sunday at 8 o'clock in the evening UK time on YouTube or on Twitch. and you can join us there. Moonbase 2 on YouTube, Decayed Andy on Twitch if you wanted. Anyway, thanks for coming on by, and I'll see you suckers next week, unless I see you during the week for video games. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah.